Hello, welcome again to Unveiling Africa, one handsome face at a time. I always told you I'm here to bring you the very best of Africa. And once again, we have Christian Koumtoug. And he's back after how many years, Christian? Introduce yourself again to my show.
3 years.
Oh my gosh. 3 years, and he's back with me. He's still around. We're still following each other, and he's doing wonderful things these days. I'll let him introduce himself again one more time, and he's gonna tell us what he's up to these days. And I tell you, you'll be amazed with our like-mindedness. Go ahead, Christian. Tell us who you are again.
Christian Koumtoug. I was waiting to announce that I officially changed my name as of November 21st.
Oh.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
Well, I wanted to embrace that part of me that I feel like I've ignored. I mean, it's my first name is Christian, middle name is Djimra, last name is Koumtoug.
Okay.
So I made my middle name my first name. So Djimra, Djimra. And I wanted to give people a hard time saying my name as well, because Christian is too easy.
They might butcher it down.
But Djimra Koumtoug, I am the founder of Like-Minded People NYC. And it's a platform, it's a collective. There is no official, it's not an official entity per se. It's not an LLC or non-profit. We are working towards making the platform official, but currently it's a collective. Yeah. Like-minded people. At first glance, you think about people who think like you. We focus the initiative around African theme, and create initiative that allow New Yorkers to
know more
connect.
About us.
Yes.
And connect with us.
Connect, yes.
Yeah. And you know what? I said this to say, Djimra, you're going to tell us the meaning of Djimra again?
Djimra, yes.
Djimra.
I know we touched upon it on your first interview. Djimra in Ngambai, in Chad. We have so many ethnic groups. The bigger group is called Sahara people.
Yes, you told me
and
that.
the subgroup, about 12 tribes, and Ngambai is one of them. On my mom's side, I'm 50% Ngambai, and in Ngambai, Djim means my hand.
Oh, wow.
Ra means to create, and it's ironic that
that's what you do now.
Yes.
Is creativeness.
Yes,
yeah, and getting
exactly.
more creatives
Yes.
together.
Yes,
You know,
and that's a mystery of like Africa, because my dad gave me that name.
Yeah.
But Djimra means what my hand has made or what my hand has created.
But I'll go back to this, because I always tell people in Africa, we just don't name our children, John, Mary. It has a meaning.
Yes.
And sometimes the meaning is surrounding your parents' lifestyle or life at the time when you were born.
Yes.
So if some people are born into wealth, and they call them, wealthy children, or they have a name. So your father named you this, not knowing in the future this is what's going to happen. Sometimes our parents have this vision. God instills it in them, and that's how we get to.
I want to touch upon, you said, not knowing. I don't know if my dad didn't know, because, people go through this initiation process, and my dad, it's a tradition, and it's mysterious and mystic at the same time, because once you go through initiation, you can't tell what you've gone through unless you go through initiation. I don't know if you guys have that in Nigeria, but in Chad,
they have something like similar.
Initiation into manhood.
Yes. And what do you call it? Is there a name for it?
Well, you have 2-3 names: Ndo, Ngar, but Yondo is like the initiation process.
Okay.
So I said that because all of the men, because my dad has 10 kids.
Woo.
10 kids.
By one woman?
No, of course not.
God bless the women.
But like the first in the family is pushing 50. He's in Chad. He's a lawyer in Chad. His middle name is Djimadum. So all of us have that Djim. Djimadum in Ngambai or Sara means what my hand has given me. Djim Adum.
Right.
Koumtoug is the second one, who's in Canada. Koumtoug means my right-hand man.
Wow.
The third one is Djimra, which means my hand went outside.
Oh,
and
wow.
then I'm the first, I'm the next boy, Djimra, and then my younger brother is Djimra, as in my hand wasn't selfish. I gave to everyone, Djimra. And then the last one is Djinga, the name of knowledge.
Okay.
So I don't know why
he did
the theme, but the name reflect us in a lot of ways.
Okay. Yeah. That's so interesting. Yeah. So tell us more about your like-minded group now. What is your focus, and what are you looking for to do in the future?
So with like-minded people, NYC, I'm always challenging the status quo. I believe that overall, in terms of institutions, in terms of education, in terms of who we are as a people, especially as African, a lot of what makes us who we are has been purposely erased or manipulated, because, you know, when you study, for example, ancient Egypt, you know, you see everywhere that ancient Egyptians are not black people as dark as me, when they were as dark as me.
Right. But it's slowly removed
the African,
the African
out of the picture. And the ironic thing is, when I look up Sara people, my people, the researchers said that we moved, migrated to where Chad is in the 6th century with the coming of Arabs in the 6th century. So Sara, funny thing is, Sara means sons of Ra.
Which is God of Ra. You know,
Egyptian.
The little god.
Our people have been along the Nile, and you see me today. I'm African, you know, and understanding your history, researching your history. Nowadays, you have the internet. It's funny that you have access to information, but you're not dispositioned to research. You know, we've been conditioned. So it's part of the conditioning that I'm trying to work against, deconditioning myself first, and deconditioning people who follow like-minded people through initiative. So we do it conspicuously, sometimes we do it subconsciously. Initiative, like when we do art exhibition, or even when we do parties, it's not just to come and dance.
No.
It's about connecting. It's about realizing that even though I'm from Chad, even though you're from Nigeria, even though you're from Kansas City, even though from Jamaica, what unifies us is Africa. You know, historically, we've been displaced and placed all over. And as of 2019, if we are seeing ourselves as different because I speak French, or you speak English, or you speak Portuguese, you know, we are just we are not doing ourselves a favor.
You are doing ourselves a service, basically, a
disservice. So like-minded people is about practical initiatives. It's about connecting people. It's about pushing people outside of the comfort zones as well.
Now, I know that you do a lot of parties, you do a lot of gatherings, you know, to bring all these people together. One big one is coming up very soon. And what's the basis of that gathering at this time?
Sure. On January 17, 2020, the panel talk is about how black people can tackle neo-colonialism. We saw in 2019 how China has invested heavily in Africa, and a lot of times you wonder, where are all those African billionaires, and why African leaders are selling Africa, you know, to outsiders and not taking the time to review contracts, because everything is contractual.
And that's what's fascinating about this whole concept or this whole story that's going on, or status quo that's going on now, because it's like you did say it. We're selling ourselves to foreigners again. And how can our leaders, whom we've held accountable for our well-being, sell us out again? They know how we fought for our independence.
Yeah.
Why would you go now, to subject yourself to another form of colonialism? I mean, why would another country come into your country and tell you what to do? For how much? We have all the resources in Africa. We have all the money we can find in Africa. Why do we have to subject ourselves to a second form of colonization?
We are trying to find solutions, but before finding solutions, we want to address the problems. What China is doing. I mean, I personally don't know. What I asked panelists to do is to come with facts.
Facts research.
Because if we go based on what we see on social media,
that's not fair.
It will be unfair. But
that's not just.
But I personally read articles about what's happening.
I too.
And to answer your question, I don't know the concept of yin yang, but my understanding, when you see the yin yang sign, it's like positive, negative forces. It's like, as a leader, it's either you selfish or you selfless.
Yeah.
When I compare 90% of our current presidents to, I named 3 former presidents, Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, and Patrice Lumumba.
Yes.
When I compare Idriss Déby from Chad, or even who's your president, Buhari, or Gabon, Ali Bongo. When I compare these folks to those 3 people,
they haven't come.
There's no match.
Yeah.
There's no match, because
that's frightening.
Yeah, Thomas Sankara said, "Let's consume African, let's produce African." And if you take that concept alone,
yes.
Everything is being exported. When we could grow our own rice,
exactly.
Why are we getting rice from Asia?
Yes,
it's
true.
like
we have all the resources.
It's so simple. Yet you wonder why people are not doing it.
Well, in fairness to the Nigerian president, I think recently just closed all the borders to exports, or to imports, and he wants everyone to go into lies and grow their own crops and sell the Nigerian rice. But sometimes I don't know if they think things through, because yes, you're inviting everyone now to grow their own rice, but are you providing the resources and the both monetary and physically and just socially, encouraging the people to do their own growing of products. So I see where you're coming from, and it's a very good topic to start looking into, because that has bothered me a lot. People coming into our continent and taking over. I mean, you can come in and help us, and empower our people, but not bring your own people and obliterate our own.
I mean, even that, you don't need anyone else to come help us anymore.
I know.
Me, you, people who
we're
came to America.
We're intelligent enough to know and to go back home, to be given the opportunity to help build the nation.
I mean, we have a lot of potential. The diaspora, that's why the diaspora is asked to come on the 17th. Anyone is invited. It's a free event. It's the first one of 2020, so I'm excited about future events, but it's really,
this is a big one.
Tackling a major concern, because what about my kids? About your grandkids?
The future,
It's like we will be in bondage again.
We'll be mortgaged in Africa again to the outside world.
We have big names coming. We have artists. We have entrepreneurs. So it's going to be a rotating panel.
Okay.
My dad, the former ambassador of Chad, will be there as well. He never comes out. So
oh wow! So this is powerful.
Yeah.
Right there.
I want to use him in the future in that sense as well, because he doesn't come out. So I was really happy that he accepted to come out and give his input, because he has a lot of knowledge. He worked in the banking world as well, and having him and others will be a lot of panelists.
Yeah. So tell my audience, my viewers, how we can get involved in like-minded project,
sure.
or initiative. What do you look forward to or aspire to by being a member of this?
Well, like-minded people on Instagram is LMPNYC1. Like-minded people, LMPNYC1, the number 1 on Instagram. We'll follow right back. We are not too complex. We follow back. There's no need to play those games, but we follow right back. As long as your content is not too crazy.
There's a caveat.
We'll follow back or email likemindedpeoplenyc@gmail.com. That's the long version, or the short version, lmpnyc1@gmail.com. But the platform is an open platform. Follow. If you have a time to come to an event, come out, mingle.
And he has several.
Yeah, we have plenty of events.
So you can always pick and choose what you want. Their brunches,
exactly.
Dinners,
yes.
their fashion galas. And recently we had the immigrant gala
that I hosted,
which you hosted, and that was a phenomenal show.
Shout out to Ikram. He's a genius, and through him, I met so many artists, like your next guest.
Yes.
I mentioned some projects that I have for 2020, an artist showcase with artists like him. Again, it's about platform. Like-minded people, it's about platforms. We do art exhibition, platform for artists. We do soccer tournament, platform for African people to come and bond over sports. We do picnic, which is barbecue. So
before you leave, I just wanted to throw this at you. The latest Miss Universe is from South Africa.
Yes.
And we've got a splattering of all the beautiful women.
Yes.
Heading most of the big famous pageants in the world.
Yes.
Miss World, Miss Team USA, Miss USA, and what else? They're all black beautiful ladies.
Yes.
So what can you say about our new Miss Universe, Miss South Africa? How did that appeal to your senses when she was chosen?
I mean, I was happy seeing the woman and the stuff that she said about being able to see young girls, being able to see people who look like her without any,
the natural
extra stuff on
natural
look.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about time that
we're recognized
and represented.
And represented. Yes.
There's still
naturally.
a lot of work. Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. I hope it's one stone, and some of us have been doing the work. It's great to see on an international level that Miss Universe is from South Africa, especially for 2019, the cases of xenophobia, South African, Nigerian, and that's another silly thing that Africans
buy into,
are buying into. It's insane. We are
How can
all
you
the
kill
same
your own brother? We're all
because
the same.
of a jab. It's really insane. But no, I was extremely happy to see the news, because I barely watch TV. If it's not for football.
And Unveiling Africa?
Unveiling Africa, yes. I don't watch TV, but it's an amazing thing to inspire younger folks, because the leadership of role models nowadays are not doing what they should be doing.
Exactly.
For me,
it's up to us, regular human beings, fighting for our causes and for our well-being and for our survival.
On that last note with Miss Universe, it's really time for our superstars to utilize their platforms to transform their societies.
True.
It's crazy to think that out of the millions of black people, you have 5-10 people who are multimillionaires and billionaires, and they are not doing what they should be doing.
Right.
Because if you're on top and the rest of us are not even barely surviving, it's not success.
Yeah, that's
success
not
is
at
really
all.
about the next generation.
Yeah.
And that's what white people are doing. So it's time for black people to utilize their platform and really be serious about transformative
bringing everybody together.
Yes.
Yeah. As always, you have to come back because you have so much in you.
Thank you.
To tell us and teach us about. And here on Unveiled in Africa,
yes.
we treasure people like Djimra, who just not only think for themselves but also empathize and bring about the inclusion of everyone. And we're not just talking about Africans, we're talking about people who love the continent of
yes.
Africa. So, you're welcome, and everyone's welcome to be an African. I think we're all Africans, actually,
yes.
if we go by the Homo sapien ecological evolution,
yes. Yes.
So it's nothing new. Welcome back home. And as always, thank you for coming.
I want to say keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And
with people like you, I exist, and I'm there for people like you as well.
And we are here for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and I hope everyone will join into my movement of creating a beautiful Africa, because that's all I promote. Anything negative, you can go to the other channels, not mine.
As you know, I always send people your way, so we just have to
work together.
Triple our efforts to make sure that you get 10,000 views, and we want to see you
from your mouth to God's ears. We will get there. We will get there. Thank you so much.
Keep up the good work.
Good work. Good luck to you too.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
So thank you again for watching me. Because of you, I exist. Because of people like Djimra, we bring the best to you from Africa. So we thank you again, and check us out next time. We'll be down there.